One thing I want to say before I go over to Chris, uh, there's a petition going around. It looked like it was a good idea, I guess, and it wasn't hurt. It wasn't from the company, okay? It was initiated by a founder. Don't do it. If you did do it, you're going to get a couple of emails. We didn't know it was hooked to some kind of political thing. Just opt out of it, right? Unsubscribe. And we asked the gentleman to take it down. It wasn't to be bad. Actually, it was to try to show support for Mr. Mufara, but it's hooked to something else, and you don't want to mess with that. It's a good idea, maybe, but we have to do it where it's just what they say it is. So anyway, here you go, Chris. Let her rip, buddy.
That's right. There's a new Onpassive petition. So, of course, we're going to read through that and discuss that today.
Karma's a bitch.
It was started by Cho H. Yeah, Marty, it says it right on the petition. Right now, they have 165 of 200 signatures. It's interesting to me that they decided on 200. They think they weren't going to get any more than that. And it reads, to Securities and Exchange Commission, support for Onpassive LLC and CEO, Mr. Ashraf Mufare. And it reads, Dear Commissioners, thanks for your dedication and unwavering determination for protecting consumer rights. Not really sure why they yelled the first sentence at us, but anyway. As dedicated customers of Onpassive LLC. You gotta put it in capitals, huh? We write to express our unwavering support for our CEO, Mr. Ashraf Mufara. Throughout our association, we have known Mr. Ashraf Mufara as a leader of integrity. That's not how I describe him. Who has consistently prioritized ethical practices, or that, and transparent communication. So we're starting this off on a bunch of lies. We have full confidence in Mr. Ashraf Mufara's vision and direction for the company. Yeah, that's part of the problem. Under his leadership, Onpassive LLC has provided substantial opportunities for both professional and personal growth for us and our families. How? Name one real way that he's done that. We believe that any interruption to the company's operations would not only undermine our current achievements, which is nothing. Like, what are your achievements? You have an OES, a crappy email client, an O-tracker you can't use, an O-trim URL shortener, and URL likes to be tall, and O-connect, which barely works as we've been seeing. And you can't sell it, nobody can join, nobody's made their commissions. No achievements here. It is important to note that this letter, it's a petition, but anyway, is a spontaneous initiative by us. Yeah, we know.
Don't do it.
The customers of Onpassive, which do not exist yet. They do not have customers. You cannot go and buy O-Connect from them right now as a customer. Now we have O-founders pretending to be customers without any influence from Mr. Ashraf Mufara or other company officials. All of the company officials are apparently angry that you made this.
Don't do it.
We are motivated by our collective interests in the continued success and stability of Onpassive. Oh yeah, most stable company in the world, huh? We respectfully request that the SEC considers our experiences and the positive impact Mr. Ashraf Mufare and Onpassive LLC have had on our lives in your regulatory assessments. Thank you for considering our perspectives. No one's going to. Yours sincerely, and then nobody signs it. There's no signature. No one signed here! It says, why is this important? To allow Onpassive LLC and customers to continue transacting business in this sector of software as a service, SaaS, in order to support our families and loved ones. Except you haven't even started to transact business in that sector of SaaS and have not been able to use Onpassive to support your families, loved ones, or even yourself. How it will be delivered. Online by email. The categories are corporate, and other. Then we have some people here that have given their reasons for signing. I trust in this ethic work for humanity around the world. Prayer hands, God bless Onpassive. P&L 14 hours ago. I have full confidence in Mr. Mufara and Onpassive. Janet O. 10 hours ago. I have full confidence in Onpassive being a business with integrity and heart, improving so many lives around the world emoji. Penny B. 10 hours ago. Onpassive is way. Onpassive is business. Roman P. 11 hours ago. Trust CEO and Co. Sonia C. 11 hours ago. Onpassive LLC and its CEO Ash Mufara are the most honest and transparent people on this planet. Well, we're fucked. I, together with my family, have complete trust in him. Now you're fucked.
Don't do it.
The SEC will have no issues allowing Onpassive to change the world for he better. I mean it is bad as it is, and we believe Onpassive can add light in the darkness of this world. Kind regards, Avishon Singh and Avishon S. 11 hours ago. They continue on. It's almost like everyone that signed wrote a comment. And it's been going for about 24 hours now. As I previously stated, they have 165 signatures of 200. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but Queen, the SEC will not accept a petition. Here's the thing. Coinbase, a cryptocurrency, filed a petition for rulemaking with the SEC, seeking clarity on which digital assets the SEC plans to regulate. When the SEC did not respond to their petition, Coinbase took the matter to court, asking an appeals court to order the SEC to respond. The court entertained the request and directed the SEC to specify when it plans to respond to the petition. This case has caught the attention of other businesses and advocacy groups, as a court order favoring Coinbase could reinvigorate interest in petitioning the SEC and other agencies for changes to federal rules. It's important to note that filing a rulemaking petition and then suing for a response is an unusual approach. Traditionally, companies have viewed this as unlikely to generate much return. However, perceptions may be changing at a time when some courts take a more skeptical approach to how regulators like the SEC are doing business. Under the Federal Administrative Procedure Act, any interested person can petition an agency for rulemaking. The SEC has received several such petitions, ranging from requests to amend its definition of qualified institutional buyer to tweaking rules under the agency's whistleblower reward program. It's important to understand that pyramid schemes are illegal and unethical. They are considered fraudulent activities under the law in many countries, including the United States. The Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, is tasked with protecting investors, maintaining fair, orderly, and efficient markets, and facilitating capital formation. As such, the SEC takes action against pyramid schemes to protect consumers and maintain the integrity of the market. If a business is identified as a pyramid scheme, it is highly unlikely that a petition would prevent the SEC from taking action. The focus should instead be on conducting business in a legal and ethical manner. If you have concerns about the legality of a business model, it would be wise to consult with a legal professional. They can provide guidance and help ensure that the business operates within the bounds of the law. Remember, engaging in illegal activities like pyramid schemes can lead to severe penalties, including fines and imprisonment. It's always best to operate within the law. And Ash Mufara is being sued by the SEC for unregistered securities, misappropriation of funds, and he is suspected of fraud. Therefore, a petition to the SEC is not going to help this situation whatsoever. But that's not the only reason why Marty claims that you should not sign this petition.
If you did do it, you're going to get a couple of emails. We didn't know it was hooked to some kind of political thing.
You see, Move On is an organization. Marty DeGarmo seemed to have alluded that this organization is one that people would not want to be a part of. And I find that very funny coming from Marty DeGarmo, one of the head people in the Onpassive pyramid scheme. I mean, obviously, This organization is far better than Onpassive. Everywhere is far better than Onpassive. So Move On Petitions is a site operated by MoveOn.org Civil Action for creating, circulating, and signing free online public petitions. They are also a political advocacy group. And although I would normally agree with Marty that maybe you shouldn't just jump into supporting random political advocacy groups, this one isn't a bad one. In fact, its main gig is sticking up for the rights of women to get abortions. Move On members are committed to an inclusive and progressive future. They envision a world marked by equality, sustainability, justice, and love. Sounds like something that Onpassive would be all about, right? Their main focus areas are electing progressive leaders, fighting for universal health care, solidarity with the movement for Black lives, and saving the elections. So, I don't know why Marty was all upset and telling people not to use this site. It's pretty standard for a liberal site. And you would think that Onpassive, wanting to be Al with heart, would be liberal and want to stand up for the rights of women, people of every race, and etc. Oh, okay. I see why. I see why Marty says, don't support it.
Don't do it.
You see, a lot of the people that are in Onpassive, Marty, Chris, etc., are very big Christian Trump supporters. That might be something they don't want you to know. But as you can see, Move On is famous for doing a petition demanding Trump's disqualification and getting over 500,000 signatures. I think that's what his main problem is. That's your main problem, right, Marty?
But it's hooked to something else, and you don't want to mess with that.
The real reason why you shouldn't sign this is because it would be a waste of your time. The SEC is not going to accept a petition to keep Onpassive going since it has been suspected of fraud, it's selling unregistered securities, and also it's a pyramid scheme. I thought it would be fun to read through this today. I thought it was pretty funny that this was made and that Marty was freaking out about it during his webinar.
Don't do it.
So I thought that we would just go over it together, have a little laugh. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and hey, maybe you learned something about the SEC and petitions. You can petition the SEC to change their rules and regulations on certain things. You cannot petition them to keep your pyramid scheme open. Crazy, right? Who knew? Thank you so much for watching this. I hope it gave you a laugh. I hope all of you have a fantastic weekend. And no matter where you are or what you're doing, have an amazing rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you very, very soon with another one. Mwah! Bye! And remember, don't join it. It's a scam and a pyramid-shaped one.
You okay? I'm just kidding. Couple things I want to say. Just a reminder. There is a petition. Don't sign it. It's not from the company anyway. It never was. It's kind of hooked to a political thing, and you're going to get emails. Unsubscribe. It's being taken down. Not a big deal. Don't freak out over it. It's nothing. Don't do it.